What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Headspace podcast. I am your host, Chris Chrome, and today we are going to be reviewing Conway the Machines and Big Ghost LTD's new project, No One Mourns the Wicked. Wow, I butchered that. Again, that is Conway the Machines and Big Ghost LTD's new project, No One Mourns the Wicked. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Headspace podcast. I am your host, Chris Chrome, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I do greatly appreciate it. What I'm going to be doing here today for the Headspace podcast, just to give you guys a little bit of an update if this is the first time you clicked on the video, I'm going to be going through this 9-track project, track by track, giving you my thoughts and opinions about exactly how I feel and some lyrics that I thought were cool, and kind of just breaking down what I feel is really going on with Conway the Machine and Big Ghost LTD. Now, yes, I understand that Future has dropped an album and I should be reviewing that. Granted, I listened to that album a little bit before I started bumping this, and honestly, I wasn't too impressed. I give Future his credit, and he's really good at everything he does, the diversity and the flows and the yada this and the blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, it just sounded a lot of just repeated braggadocious shit. Now, I haven't really sat and digested the full album. It was also kind of a daunting list track. It's 21 tracks with a lot of features that I already kind of know how they're going to kind of go in a little bit. I'm not really anticipating anything different. So I was just like, I don't know if I want to review that project. So I noticed that this project came out and I was like, yo, Behind That Suit supports Griselda. I really appreciate what Benny the Butcher does, Conway the Machine, and Westside Gunn does. I've reviewed, Hitler Wears Hermes 7. I've reviewed Griselda Ghost, the last project, another Conway the Machine project. Like, every time there's something Griselda drops now, me and Holden are always trying to get on top of that and really just give you guys that insight, because these guys are fucking dope. Just the way they bring the life and the gangster life to the table, and the way they just show how they produce the music and just come together as one, as a unit. It's great. It's absolutely great. For this project, I was really actually excited to see Big Ghost LTD, who was helping produce it, because I actually chatted with him a little bit. We've also tweeted. There's a tweet that when I reviewed Griselda Ghost, there was we had some communication there, and he really appreciated our review. So hopefully he gets to see this one, and maybe some things come out of this, and maybe there's like some level of appreciation there with how well we highly respect these guys for what they do. But yeah, thank you so much for clicking on this video. It's a little bit about where I know Griselda from and kind of who Conway the Machine is. I know what we're going to be getting from this project, but I like how Conway really takes the time to go into storytelling and really just give you details of like the life he's been through and the struggles. And I say that because listening to the album title, No One Mourns the Wicked, it's like, it's such a very captivating title when you think about it. And when you like I think to myself, like, we're gonna get some wicked stories. We're gonna get some experiences that Conway's gonna express, and how like he doesn't really have pity for certain things, and he doesn't really expect pity for himself. It's really just like, I'm showing you guys what I went through to become successful and become where I am now, and this is just the life that I kind of lived, and even today it sounds like they're still living that same type of life, that they're still loyal to the, let's call it, the streets or the environment that they came from. So that was something that was really wild to see. To kind of move into the album cover, but actually before that, I do want to say thank you so much to the Patreons: Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado, DJ Black Hurricane, Jonathan Barnes, Scribble, and Carl J. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for us. Follow us on Patreon. They support us. They give us all this like love and respect, and they just kind of let us know, what albums are coming out. They have a hand in what albums we can do, but I'll definitely talk about that at the end of the video. I'm really excited to just kind of get into this project, and let's just have that discussion there. So to start off, when discussing the album cover, I really do like the album cover, how it represents Conway the Machine a lot. I like how it looks like Conway, they took a photo of Conway the Machine, and then they just kind of edited it to be the skull with the different types of colors. I like how the chains kind of hang down, and it says Buffalo Boys, really representing their city of Buffalo, New York. So that was super dope. I like how like the bucket hat kind of shades through with the black. Just now it's so simple. And I know that sometimes, and I've said before that the simple album covers are a little bit difficult for me because it's not memorable, but it follows suit for Griselda, or at least for Conway the Machine. When you look at all these other album covers that they've made, it's like they're iconic in a way that has so much symbolism that you really have to kind of digest it and pick it apart and really look at it as a whole so you can understand what they're trying to say. Now, the title of the project, called No One Mourns the Wicked, I'm just like, that fits so well with the way that this album cover is designed, because it's like, it looks like a dead skeleton, but also filled in gold and lavish and draped in drip. So it's pretty interesting. I really did enjoy that. I thought that it was super fitting to what the title of the project was. And yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say. I do just kind of want to jump into it. I'm sorry if this is a really quick intro. I do thank you everybody for clicking on this video. Subscribe, hit the like button, maybe notifications if you want more of this. If you think anything, if I butcher anything, you can leave it in the comments down below. We can definitely have a discussion. You can hit me up on Twitter. A lot of people are hitting me up now. Well, it's starting to increase, not like a lot, but it's starting to increase and get there. So you can definitely hit me up and we'll have a conversation about anything I may have butchered on this project, or just let me know things that I don't know and just educate me and help me go on this journey, learning about hip-hop, especially learning about Griselda. I do greatly will appreciate that. So thank you so much to everybody who clicked on this video and who's watching today. If you stay till the end, that'll be amazing. There's no part 2. This is one full part. I will give you the end full result of the album result on 5 at the end of the video. And at this moment, like I said, I am your host, Chris Chrome. I think this is like episode 170 at this point. I don't know, we lost track, but that's not the point. The first track on this album is Family Secrets, the intro. Off this album, we've got a sample scene from the movie, or the biographical crime drama of Black Mass, which highlights and exploits the late mobster and FBI informant Witty Burglar, played by Johnny Depp, stars in the role of Bulger. Now, it kind of sounds to me like this sounds like Scarface. I may be absolutely fucking wrong, but I like what they're presenting here, and they're starting off with this skit of like family secrets and the idea of loyalty and not spilling any secrets to anybody, even if it's somebody you trust, even if it's somebody that you dedicate your life to and you're giving up everything for. You don't break these like very strong rules, these like ways of life that kind of seem to be very present when Conway deals with certain situations and really expresses how he goes through his life. The skit starts off and goes, you and I gotta have a little sit down. What the fuck did you marinate the steak in? Cause it's out of the world, you're killing me with it. The guy responds with, no, it's a family secret. And then the mob boss kind of like not alludes, but like sucks him in and kind of like makes him feel comfortable about telling him and be like, no, it's okay, you can tell me. And what I see here is what's the family secret? What is it? And then the guy tells him it's ground garlic and a little bit of soy. So he gives up the family secret so willingly like that to this mob boss, which for me is like very difficult to kind of break down, because I understand what the mob boss is doing in regards to saying that we need that I respect loyalty, I respect the idea of secrets, you don't give up any information, because he follows suit with questioning why this person gave him the family secret, even though he knows what the recipe is, even though he knows that it was his recipe in the beginning to make it, that it's the idea of you don't snitch, you don't tell anybody anything. No, you said, I thought it was a family secret, it's your recipe. No, you said to me this is a family secret, and you gave it up to me, boom, just like that. You spill the secret family recipe today, maybe you fucking spill about me tomorrow. Is that so? Maybe that's a possibility. The guy responds with, I was just saying. And he goes, you were just saying. Just saying got me a 9-year stretch in Leavenworth and Alcatraz. You understand? So just saying can get you buried real fucking quick. And it's like he's really showing you that you shouldn't just speak. You shouldn't just give up information. You just respect who it is that you are loyal to, or that you're respecting to. So that is something that I did appreciate. And this really does solidify the idea of what Conway the Machine stands by, and a lot of what Griselda stands by, especially the idea of like them coming from the streets and that street life, and how they really deal with like the environment that they come from. This really took a lot it gave me a lot of wisdom and a lot of just like taking away from it, because at a certain point I was also kind of thinking like psychologically there's a lot of fucked upness here, because like, who do you really trust? Can you trust the person that's considered to be the mob boss? Can you trust anybody? Even somebody that you're supposed to be looking up to is not somebody you can trust. And I think that's like the grittiness of what is broken down here in this scene, and especially the way that the instrumental flows through behind it and really plays off in certain emphases on the way that, like, when the tone switches to when the mob boss turns around and says, no, you said to me this was a family secret and you gave it up to me, boom, just like that. Like, the beat changes to this like very subtle, dark, direct type of mood where you're like, oh, like shit fucked up, like this guy could actually lose it and really maybe like kill this guy for even spitting a secret that the mob boss knows exactly what it is. It's like some type of manipulation psychology to make sure that your people around you are very respectful and loyal to you on all fronts. That was absolutely amazing. I really appreciated this. It really set up the tone of what the album's going to be. I gave this a 4.2 on 5. I thought it was a really, really great way to give the project a good start. Really sucked me in and kind of reminded me of what Conway the Machine is all about. I really appreciated that. The next track is called Dead Flowers. This song following the intro is fucking wild. The way that the transition from the end of the skit to this heavy rock guitar riff playing track is absolutely phenomenal. The transition that Big Ghost LTD is capable of doing is super cool, and I really give him his respect for the production abilities that he has. Now, I really like how this verse and this whole track kind of is like two verses with one little break in the middle, and it's really just kind of focused around, I guess, building this character again, reminding you of who Conway is, and kind of introducing these ideas of like why he's more real than a lot of other people. Now, I really, really like this. I like how Conway comes in and just gives us this boss flow and just kind of like doesn't really have to act as if like he's super out there. Like, he knows he's king shit. He knows he's the best at what he's doing, and he just kind of tells you the way it is, which I thought was super, super cool. The intro, Griselda, yeah, brr, we back, homie. You know what the fuck is up, homie. Like, you're already getting that vibe. You're getting that energy. You're just like, yo, let's get it. So I thought that was super, super cool. Verse 1, he comes in. Look, the Mac 11 in my belt, got it on me. Ready to play my cards however they was dealt. Take this shit how it come, homie. I had to level myself, cause even if I did need it, I would never get that help. Like, he's really just explaining like who he is and what he's really gone through, and kind of like how he dealt, right? I'm the illest, fuck whoever, and how they felt. The way I'm rapping lately, shit, I'm impressing myself, which is really, really dope, because he's like impressed on how he's like getting better at his craft, and he's really putting in those 10,000 hours of work and really putting in that skill and that effort to be better. So that was something that was super cool. He shouts out to Pusha T, haha, Pusha T, O's Wegos, I'm like Debo at the dice game shooting CeeLo. So it really kind of shows, like, you know, he's name dropping these big artists who've been out here, who really are part of the game, solidified, who've maybe also been in terms of like, because I know Pusha T has been like drug dealing, maybe crack dealing, and he is kind of known for that, but he switched over to, you know, making music and really popping that, and he's also really good with Kanye West, and he's all like owning good music and shit like that. So kind of shows that connection between like the both artists, how they kind of have those same lives, also kind of connecting himself like, yo, I'm just as out here as Pusha T, somebody that you guys also highly respect, which I thought was super, super dope. Foreign parked auto start, no keyhole, take a loss, got a kilo, and I rebounded like I was Zebo. So he really shows that he bounces back. Now, what I liked was when he said, I was broken, had a bad bitch showing up in the range. On a flight, hungover, I'm throwing up on the plane. I thought you was official, you sold your soul for a change, and the fame got to your head. Yeah, boy, you changed when you got some change, got you some bread. Now I like how he switches up that rhyme pattern. That rhyme scheme was super cool, but I like how he's addressing that, like, even though he's making money, he's still loyal to himself. He's still true to what he came in the game for, and what he's really expressing and kind of breaking down, like, what he wanted from this. He's still loyal to this shit. So he goes into the break, right? Yeah, homie, hold up. I ain't finished with these homies. And it's just like, yo, bro, he's really coming at you guys, really giving it all on this first actual track, which I thought was super fire. And it's just mixing so well with the beat and the guitar riffs and the way he goes with it, and like, when the guitar riff stops, he takes that breath and he goes in again, and it's just nonchalant attitude, and this boss attitude is just super solid. I really appreciated that. So verse 2, look, I should aim shots at your head, but now I gotta sleep at night. But now you gotta sleep at night, knowing you ain't a real homie. Now lay on top of your bed, that's how you made it. I just won 100,000 down in Vegas. Gucci down to my socks, smiling like Roderick Davis. So shout out to Gucci Mane, Roderick Davis. Roderick Davis is his real name. I like that. Gucci down to my socks, smiling like Roderick Davis. That's pretty cool. The wordplay, the shout out, really dope. Again, somebody in the culture who has really lived this life, who's really been down in the trenches and really sold drugs, and somebody that, like, it kind of looks like Conway the Machine's giving out names that he idolizes a bit, or maybe looks up to somewhat. So that was super cool. Bitch in my DM said, I'm proud you made it. I told that hoe that I don't even want your pussy now, you basic. I like how he's just addressing, like, yo, you ain't even proud of me. You just want what I want now, and you basic, so get out of here. Like, he's looking through the lines, and that was super cool. Follows up, yeah, sneakers I'm rocking can't be found, fuck a favor, I don't do anything for free now. I've been around with the pump on me like D Brown. When I shoot it, I gotta put up on a knee. When I shoot it, I gotta put one knee down. That bitch will knock a tree down. Remember, I walked a homie that's free pounds, sold it to my man for the Andre 3000. Again, I understand that he's selling bricks, he's making money, he's doing what he's gotta do, and doing what he's got to do, and making sure that, like, he's staying to his game. But the biggest thing about this was just the raw uniqueness about this, and how, like, he really just came in and solidified his position with this track. Absolutely great. The production from Big Ghost LTE with LTD was super, super amazing. I gave this track a 4.6 on 5. Absolute banger. It's not really a 5 on 5 just because it's, like, I don't know, it's pretty just straightforward. It is what it is, but super, super well. Don't have to justify it. 4.6 on 5. Absolutely great. The next track is called Icon. Following up the last track, we've got Icon. And this was super cool. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, this kind of sounds similar in terms of context and the lyrics that we're getting. But then I really, really sat down and I was like, what is he trying to say? What is he trying to say about, being an icon, and really just wanting to do, like, what is he really trying to say with being an icon? And I had to take a moment, and then I figured out he's really speaking out for the people who look up to him. He's really solidifying that idea of, like, being real, and just the real essence of, like, I guess what everybody wants to be, which is, like, gangster and just from the streets and not really imitating this life, but he's from this life. So we started off, he goes like, yeah, burr, burr, burr. On the verse, he starts off with, got 20 pointers on my neck, got a rolly face flooded with baguettes, all VS, bust down, bitch, my wrist is wet, my bro just touched down with a brick of fent. So far, it's showing that, like, the only thing that really stands out to me is the fact that he said fentanyl, and it's really showing that, like, yo, he's out here making as much money as he can, no matter what the cost is. Fentanyl is dangerous. I'm pretty sure Conway the Machine is well aware of that. But the fact that he's just so nonchalant in saying that, and really just breaking it down and being like, yo, this is what we really fucking had to do, and maybe this is stuff that they're still doing to keep that money income going. It just shows you that, like, hardcore raw honesty, which I really did appreciate. we don't tolerate no disrespect. The way he says that is just like not at all. Like, he doesn't take that shit. Like, you have to respect him. He commands that respect, which is super cool. Shut up your mama love house with this baby tech. I see you homies Julie, and I ain't impressed. Coke resi on my stove, I just made a mess. I always knew that we would take it far. It's like the streets, how we take your corner and make it ours. It's like he's connecting the rap game to exactly the same game that he played in the streets, and how he's just conquering everything, and that solidification is just so dope. Mayweather take his ratchet when he play the yard. Behind the wall, he's seen an op and leave his face with scars. You see my driveway, it's full of racing cars and a wraith with stars in the roof. Boy, my paper large. I like the way he spits that. The wordplay was super solid. His like storytelling with syllable play and wordplay is so solid in these tracks, and the way that he presents it, it's like he really takes time to just get into the rapping. And what's really impressive is that he seems to do it with no care in the world. And by no care, I mean like no stress, no like difficulty. He just does it. Like, it's just natural for him to sound this fucking good, and I really appreciated that. I got more money than the CEO and A&R. I take the raw, put it in the pot, and I make it hard. Young and holding that chopper like he play guitar. Homie, get out of pocket, I'ma break his jaw. I like a rap homie chain, I make him take it off. I whip the yayo in the mayo jar. Fronted that man a 31 on Thanksgiving, that's what he thankful for. And it's like just showing you what really people around him care about, and like the priorities that they have, and how people are thankful for the drugs, or thankful for, you know, the things that aren't really good things to be thankful for, you would think. And he's showing you the mentality of where he's from, which I thought was super, super crazy. Used to play the block with a knot in my socks, went to the box, hit a homie with a lock in the sock. Yeah, 40 pointers what I got in the watch. We running shit and we not finna stop. Yo, the fact that he hit a homie with a lock in the sock, like, just that savage, raw, animalistic mentality. Like, you're not, you know, a lot of days it's like, yo, pull out my gat, let me shoot you, pop, 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 pop. But he's like, nah, I had nothing. I didn't even have a gun, but I made this shit work. I went up, put a lock in his sock, swung it around, and cracked this guy's head. It's like the idea, just the grittiness and the griminess that you get from here. You're just like, yo, bro. And again, he says it without feeling like there's any flaunting, any flair. The flair that he gives is the calm, boss-like presentation. This song was great. This song really shows the iconic sense of what he kind of shows here, and that really gets solidified in the outro. You homies need an OG homie, so I'm OG in this shit, whether you like it or not. Based on a motherfucking true story, homie, that's what the fuck it is. You got to understand that if you involve yourself with certain things, you need to have this shit surrounded. You don't find birds and fucking fish together, so you can't be a gangbanger motherfucker and have a motherfucking schoolboy with you. You don't need no schoolboy type of motherfucker. That's what ends up and makes these punk ass pussy ass homies turn rat on you. And it's like, you really gotta distance yourself. And I like what he's saying here, that you can't mix two in the two people who are not the same. People from the streets have a certain mentality. People from educational backgrounds or schooling or anything like that have a certain mentality, and you can't mix the two. And he's really just dropping his hard wisdom. This track got a 4.5 on 5. So far, we are keeping that high energy, and everything is just super impressive, and I really, really appreciated it. The next track is called Fake Love, featuring El Camino. Well, I found this song to be really, really cool. Following this like street life and this like idea of like where he comes from, and kind of how you know, just the mentality he has to deal with and how he has to make certain moves to survive. I think that coming up with Fake Love was super dope. Now, I thought at first I was like, oh, how is this going to be interpreted? Like, it's so, I'm used to being so grimy and this. And he comes in and shout out to Big Ghost LTE for completely tricking my brain and like giving us this kind of like smoother R&B type feel, this like more of like, there's like a little bit of a romance side to it, but it's not supposed to be like, it's not a song that's about a relationship or whatnot. The song completely does address like how people are fake, and the idea of loyalty, and how people change up, and like they're not really fucking with you on the honest note. But it's just super nice how the beat just absolutely changes and really just gives you this like idea of like, whoa bro, this is so different, and it shows the raw diversity of what they can do. Let's just run through it. So the intro is really simple. Yo, you know we smoking good, eating good, getting money, man, word. And you're just like, oof, all right, we got this smooth vibe, let's get into it. Cool. I started off with, and this is El Camino, I started off with a nickel bag on the block, earned my respect from sliding through on the ops. 2019, homies invested in stock, man, making 6 figures and pulling up in the drop. So far you're getting some idea of who El Camino is. I've never heard of him. Maybe I have, actually. I can't remember right now for the life of me. But you're kind of getting this idea of who he is and kind of what he's gone through, right? I'm 25 and a legend. You could compare me to Pac, gambling at the MGM the same night he got shot. My own boss on dogs. I never punch in the clock. Bitches going out their ways to try and secure their spot. So he's really kind of showing you the life that he's living and kind of the things that he deals with so far, which is really, really cool. Ice out on my whole wrist, but I'm worth more than a watch. I've been getting money, but just in case they forgot, I upload 50 bands on the gram just so they could watch, which is, I think, is super cool. Like how he does that nonchalantly. Like, it's not like he feels that he's obligated to do that. He just kind of pops in and goes, yo, just remember that I'm still making money out here, which really is something that I appreciate a lot, where you don't have to be on social media to really make that. If you really just make good music and you can have different business ventures that really show your talents and how you can really succeed and out there, I think that will just follow suit properly, and like the money will come and people will follow you and you'll develop that niche fan base, which I think is super, super cool. So that's great. But I like how now, after kind of explaining what El Camino went through and kind of giving us like these certain things, right? My own boss on dogs. I never punch in the clock. Bitches going out of the way to secure their spot. Ain't no real deal. Rock the gold. Pull the Bentley right off the lot. Ice out my whole wrist and never watch the fruit. Okay, no, hold on. I used to weigh up 80s of cookies without a scale. I used to camp out early AM waiting on mail. Lost a couple packs, but I didn't let that affect me. Got it right back out of the mud. You gotta respect me. So that idea of like bouncing back and really showing that dedication and that drive. But what I like is that he's really expressing a lot of what he's doing because nobody was there to help him, which really falls suit with that fake love mentality, where it's like you can't really claim that you love anybody. You can't really claim that you got somebody's back, especially in this type of environment, this type of street life, which I think is what they're trying to express here, which is something that I did highly, highly, highly appreciate. I thought it was super cool. I thought it was actually really, really super cool, and it was something that I did enjoy. So moving forward with that, we get into the chorus, which super changes a lot of it because El Camino's singing was really great. He really mixes nice with Conway the Machine. I thought that was super, 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 super cool, and it kind of flows through nicely the way that it's like we stayed down till we came up, never changed up. We got our change up, getting big money. Now they hate us, and now everybody's showing fake love. Like, it's really just that. It's the fact that now that we're famous and now that we've actually got money and we've been through the trenches and we've been through the struggles, people are now saying like, oh, we love you, thing. And they can really see that like, nah, you weren't rocking with us back when it actually mattered. You weren't rocking with us back when we were dealing with these difficult times. So that was something that I did enjoy and I thought I appreciated. Conway the Machine comes in and he's just super raw with it. I've been trying to be a patient man, but homies gonna make me apply pressure that they can't withstand. Right away, it's like he's telling you, I'm trying to do the best I can, but y'all are making me act this way. Y'all are acting up in ways that isn't right, the way that I believe. Smile in my face at all the shows. Homies would shake my hand, then talk about me behind my back like I ain't the man. Damn, I mean we ain't fam. But I put paper in homies' hands when the homies couldn't save a band. I wrote this in Miami. Seats in the Wraith was tan, but I don't know what's going on lately. I can't understand. I like how he's expressing, like, even though I'm rich and even though it's like I'm sitting in a Wraith with these tan, beautiful leather seats, I'm still kind of contemplating where I'm at, and I really don't understand. And this was super raw. This was super real. I did highly enjoy this. Same homie I ride for, put the work in for you for free when homies wouldn't do the same. That shit is hurtful to me. Homies tried to pull the plug thinking it was curtains for me, but an uncomfortable situation is perfect to me. I greatly appreciated that. I really thought that was some like real solidified bars, and it was like, oh snap, like he's really dedicated to just making it out there. So that was super cool. Then we get the chorus again, El Camino. We stayed down till we came up, never changed up. We got our change up, getting big money, now they hate us. And it's just that idea, like, yo, you guys really dedicated yourself, and you guys are really showing out and connecting with the fans who understand that, like, people really don't got your back. I like how they do connect the fact that Conway does fuck with El Camino because he's real and all that stuff, so they're solidifying their bond together. I did appreciate that. But like overall, I thought it was just like super dope and just nice and a different refreshing vibe from a lot of that heavy griminess. So that was cool. That was super cool. This got a 4.5 on 5, and again, this got produced by Big Ghost LTD, which I'm really still sticking with because it was wicked to see how like he just changed the vibe. And I like how this song still kind of sticks with the tone, with the title of the album, No One Mourns the Wicked, where it's just like no one gives a fuck about fake people. No one really cares if you don't really truly love me. And it's that idea of like you gotta stay real, you gotta stay honest and true to yourself, and then you'll be highly respected and stuff. That was super wild. I did appreciate that. So this got a 4.5 on 5. The next track is called Shark Guts. What I really actually appreciate about this song is the vocal change from Conway the Machine, and how they put this like really dark, deep effect on his voice. It really stood out to me, and it was really cool. But this song kind of takes a two sides to what I'm seeing here. So the first side is like break out the plastic, whip it, stretch it like elastic, let it dry, and then you bag it, cut your phone and get it in traffic. Keep a shooter, that's a habit, he go empty out his ratchet. Pop got killed when he was 16, turned that homie to a savage. Mom smoking, she an addict. Brother doing time in Dallas, dropped out of all his classes, fuck school, he just wanna whack shit. So right there, it's really just a lot of personal things about Conway the Machine, I feel, and he's really just giving you that insight to who his life is, which is super raw. And then the next half of the verse is really just kind of like Reject 2, that was a classic. Hell and Nash, that was a classic. Hitler 1 through 7, classics. Griselda Goes, classic. Fly God, classic. Awesome God, classic. So he really kind of goes through a lot of the Griselda projects that he says here. Tana Talk 3, Blind Telly, Plugs I Met, Food 1 through 4, Look What I Became, What Would Shin Gun Do? And that was, What Would Shin Gun Do is actually the first album of Griselda, and I like how he just takes a time to show you all the projects that have been made, and really kind of saying and challenging the fans like, yo, if you really fuck with me, you also will fuck with my homies. You'll also go back and check out the other projects that have been made part of Griselda, because we are a unit, we are a whole. And I thought that was what was really cool about this. Just the determination and the confidence that he has in this group was just so outstanding, and I really did appreciate that. I thought that was great. Then we get a little bit of an interlude. Ha, yeah, you know these bitches be on my body lately. The outro is kind of like a little bit of a rappy thing, but it was pretty interesting how like he's kind of singing it but having a fun time. So she said I smell like a meal ticket. She said I taste like $1,000,000. I said I probably knew her baby daddy. She told me I probably could still fuck. I still could fuck. What's more left for me to do? What is more left for me to do? What is more left for me to do? These bitches I'm fucking, homies, the cars that I'm driving. It's like he's just kind of saying a bunch of stuff that he can do, but in this kind of like Daisy has hazed out way. I did appreciate that though. This song got a 4.2 on 5. I really did like it. So far, the energy is super consistent, and just the way that he took the time to take a moment to really just shine on the other projects was really respectful. And I was like, yo, big ups on you, Conway. Big ups on you. This was great. So this track got a 4.2 on 5. The next track is called Bricks to Murals. What is there else for me to say? This is just absolutely shining. Like, we got two parts here. We got part 1, part 2, and the way that I kind of break this down is part 1 is for Bricks. It's kind of like how the struggle and kind of where Conway really came from. It's one of those songs where it's like, I started from the bottom, now we're here type shit, but the way that he presents it is still super, super amazing. We start off part one with a chorus saying, you say you got a gun, we need to go for that shit. You better get that, cause I ain't going for shit. I got a stick with a drum and a beam and a scope on that bitch. Yeah, I ain't going for shit, homie. Getting street money, I really sold that brick. We eating, homie, you know what it is, pussy. I know I fucked her last night, but in public, I don't know that bitch. I don't know that bitch. And it's just like this grimy gangster attitude, really just kind of like, I don't give a fuck about anybody. I'm really just living my life. So that was super cool. The verse comes in, but the way that Conway does the verse is interesting, right? So homies ain't set on the street on fire like I did. The way I'm rhyming remind them I'm ready to die, bitch. Papa homie, put that on my kids. Sometimes when you kill a homie you love, you stand over him. So right there, it's like he's had to do some shit that he's like taken out lives that he's loved, people that have maybe fucked him over, but this like street mentality is like, you can't fuck around. You have to actually like take a stand and deal with, you know, some of the issues that may be going on. So that was something that was really, really cool and something that I appreciated. Just the way that, like, you know, was just interesting. So that was something cool for me. Eating raw oysters and fried squid. Even in Canada, I became a champion like Kawi did. Like Kahai did. These the streets, you either gonna get a bullet scar or 20 years in the prison yard on a pull-up bar. Look, you know it's a foreign when I pull a car like Jay-Z. I'm good on any Malcolm X Boulevard. Yeah, I was in the trenches, we was pushing hard, then I got into rap shit and I took it far. Every tape of classic and full of bars. Scope on a stick, call me Brett Favor, I can throw a bullet far. Like, dude, just the way he's slapping all of this and just everything was just crazy. I'm like, it's hard to really go into it when it's so direct and you just hear the greatness from him and you're just like, what is there for me to say? Like, it's just great wordplay, great lyrics, and yes, you could argue that, oh, why aren't you saying that he's saying the same shit? He is saying the same things, but there is a certain way that he says these things and a certain way that he's portraying the music, which, let's be clear, this project is 9 tracks. I want to address this. The project is 9 tracks. I can deal with 9 tracks of saying the same thing with they all kind of have a different message. I can't deal with an album that has 22 tracks or 21 tracks or 16 tracks of the same shit. That's different. That just sounds very repetitive and you have nothing else to say. A short project where it's digestible for 21 minutes with serious bars and actual like understanding of what the hood mentality is and really giving you this like grimy in look of life and not something that's just a rapper mentality. There's a difference. So like that's kind of what I'm getting here, and there isn't anything shady. Rock Nation, they want to know how I pull it off. They tried to ride the wave, now I'm watching them pussy homies starve. You need 100K just to book the squad. White Maybach peanut butter seats, I'm breezing by in. Like, he doesn't even care if he's rhyming or not. He's just really going in and telling you, like, this is the type of shit we actually do, and you guys may be actually faking it. Then we get the chorus. You say you got a gun, you need to go in and get for that shit. You better get that, because I ain't going for shit. I got a stick and a drum and a beam and a scope on that bitch. Solidifying that idea, I really like, yo, I'm really down for this. You can't fuck with me. And then part 2 comes in, and part 2 is similar to what part 1 was, but it has this aspect of, like, even though now he is rich and he's making money, he still got that same street mentality. Look, Versace boxers in my knit robe, cooking up the whole squad on his bitch stove. Her pussy good, but that bitch nose could sniff O's. But I ain't tripping, cause I just got in a big load. Rollie on the wrist, bone, that shit froze. VS stones be hitting hard like Clisto. So there's more of an aspect of like, look at my diamonds, look at my money, look at my bling and stuff. And this is kind of where like now we're making murals because people are really looking at him and shit. And people are like, oh, we respect you and stuff. And he's really that iconic figure. But there's also this like idea that I'm still out here making this type of shit. I'm still doing what I say I'm doing. And that's something that I really, really appreciated from from Conway the Machine on this track. That was something super dope. Moving forward, we then get to the outro that really solidifies that mural idea. So it goes, so if I gotta tell anybody anything that's going through that shit, man, stay down, man, keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? What's your disadvantage? Make that shit your advantage. You know what I'm saying? I hated that. I got shot in the head and my shit all twisted and all that. But all I did was just flip that shit and made it into a brand. Now them hoodies is $1,000. My vinyl, they paint in murals in Japan and Australia and Europe and all over the place on my face now. It's like he's really just showing you like, yo, I've come from such a hard past to now being an iconic figure, and I represent something for these people. I really speak out to these people. But not just that, but the people that they connect. You see all sorts of people at like their concerts. I've watched videos and stuff, and you just see all sorts of like different types of people from different walks of life that you never thought would actually listen to Griselda, but they touch so many people because they have that grind mentality and wanting to teach you to succeed. You may not be connecting them with their lyrics, but you can really connect with their passion and their emotion and how they just really get you to be like, yo, you got to get your fucking life straight and get this cash, get this bag, and really just dedicate yourself to what you believe in. That was something that I really did enjoy. I greatly appreciated that. Thank you so much, Conway the Machine. Thank you so much, Big Ghost LTD, for making that project. I did leave it with a 4.2 though. It's just my personal opinion. I thought it was great. I did like the messaging and the context behind it and everything. But overall, the song is a 4.2. The next track is actually a skit. It's called Rich Interlude. So continuing this like idea of the streets, the game, the life, kind of how people deal in this type of environment, you've got this skit that kind of breaks down this guy named Rich Porter, who I looked up and was an American drug dealer. I guess he was like just a famous drug dealer who rose to the prominence in the Harlem borough of New York City during the war on drugs in the mid-1980s. Porter was described by the police as being a mid-level crack dealer who sold about $50,000 worth of crack a week. Something I just read off of, I guess, Google, Wikipedia, little quick thing here. So he was born January 3rd, 1990. He was born November 10th, 1964, died January 3rd, 1990. Oh shit, 3 years before I was born. Guest seems here, he made some songs with Gucci Mane and some other things here. So he seems to be somebody who was part of hip-hop culture, hip-hop rap, drug culture and everything like that. So really does still fit that narrative of the story, kind of also connects to who everything Griselda is about, what Conway has been expressing for the remaining of the album. So that's something that's really great. But we do get a kind of look of how wicked and dark the streets could be, and I think that's what's really important here. So Rich Porter got killed. I remember the day. I remember Rich, man, he was his legs was shaking, like it was like, I feel like fuck was going on. Then the phone rang and he told me, yo, come in. He was talking, and this was saying, yo, we got your brother, blah blah blah, homie, we want $500,000, bam boom boom, which was like, man, I ain't giving you shit or whatever, I ain't got it, man. And they hung up, and Rich was like, yo, you heard that voice? And I was like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Rich being rich, he mad. He really want to find who the fuck this is behind this. When they call back, they say, the thing is gonna be this. You think we playing? Whatever. Go to McDonald's on 125th Street, motherfuckers. These packages, there's packages there for you in the bathroom. So Rich sent somebody over there. I believe they came back. With a coffee can with Rich little brother's finger and a tape recorder with his little brother crying, pleading for his life. I felt right then that it was somebody in the inner circle, because they know exactly every move, you understand, and which we found later on it was Rich uncle. That's how wicked and how deep the game is, bro. Now I know I just really ran through the whole skit, but it's really just to show you guys that this is how crazy the game gets, and the fact that you find out that it's the uncle, it was like Rich's uncle who sent his little brother's finger to him, and this whole like drug dealing crack game and stuff. It really shows you that you can't trust anybody, that you have to really just watch out for your family, and you can't trust nobody but yourself, because even your family will even turn on you. And I thought that was super cool. Again, just kind of giving you a break from a lot of the music, which I thought was nice, well placed on the project, and also just reminding you like this is some of the real shit that we actually have to deal with. So that was something that was super cool. I gave this a 4.2 on 5. The next track is S.D.L.N. So S.D.L.N. stands for Streets Don't Love Nobody, and again, we are staying with that same consistent theme, and it's really cool how he just kind of breaks down and just kind of shows you what the streets are actually about. So I did enjoy how he goes through and kind of like just expresses to you like, yo, this is really how deep it goes, right? So verse 1, Extendo and Mac, facts, I'm air it out. Homie walk in like he tough, he getting carried out, never cared for clout, the money is all I cared about. You can keep the fame, to me the money is paramount. Used to put a bull on the digi scale to tear it out, put a 20 piece on your head, that's a fair amount. Gold on me like a pharaoh, pull the Camino out, gun on the seat that'll bust faster than Eric Crouch. So it's like pretty dope how he's still saying the same type of things here, but he's really just showing you like these are things that we had to do because the streets don't respect us. The streets are very difficult out here, and that we have to really protect ourselves, and that's something that I did highly enjoy. I thought that was something that was really, really cool. And the fact that he's just being super honest was like, it's real, and the honesty behind how he says things is just really, really real. Then you know, he kind of follows through with police raid the spa, barely find paraphernalia. Used to get the bricks from an Arabic tailor. He sells suits, but if you wanted a square, he can sell you. You homies selling dope cause America failed us. I know it's wrong, but 100,000 can make it right. I'm serious about this bag. I ain't gonna take your life machine. Yeah. So it's like he's really just chasing that money, really just chasing his goal in life to succeed and really get that. And it's because of the fact that the streets don't love nobody. The streets don't love nobody. It don't matter what you're selling. It don't matter how much bread it don't matter how much bread. It don't matter who you shoot. It's like it doesn't matter what you do on the streets. No matter what happens, you're going to have to deal with some type of consequence, some type of issue. So I did appreciate that. I really thought that was super cool. Verse 2, 2,000 from my kicks, you can't afford them. You homies been talking money, but I'm making more. In the hood, the love ain't genuine, but the hate is pure, which is interesting because it's like he's really addressing, the hate is pure. We're like born into the hate. We're born into this factor of like wanting to hate each other, which is crazy. Fuck who you is, homie. I was outside and I was there in the trenches. One of the homies locked 15 years was the sentence. He was a good kid, but somewhere it went different. Probably after he shot cousin like Harold in the Menace. Shot this shit is real in the field. And he's really just kind of giving you that that real vibe mentality. Like, yo, dude, this is some real shit. Again, addressing like, this is the life we come with, and the streets are difficult. Fuck what you guys have been talking about. You don't know how difficult it is. I did appreciate this song. This track got a 4.5 on 5. The last track on the project is called Sicarios. So bringing this whole project to a whole wrap up, this was actually really, really dope. Flea Lord impressed the crap out of me with just the way that he's got this demonic demon voice, and he's screaming, and he's just so like really bringing that like street energy and that like that pain energy to the track. He starts off with feast your eyes on the awesome and the real. Puck hit him on the side, he got tossed in the ear. Fliego, Delego, this is the gladiator school. Hot pipe in my hand, it's a radiator tube. Them shenanigans you play, now them hammers finna spray. Had him lacking in the lobby, but his mom's got in the way. It's like, yo, bro, there is there's like just the way that he's presenting this here is just so crazy, and he's really showing you that like crazy energetic vibe to what the streets could really be like, and just that high intensity of how the streets could be, which I did appreciate that, and I thought that that was super cool. I was really impressed by Fleet Lord. It's something that I wanted to go back into and really just go check them out. Jungle Lord got gorilla lungs and a lion wrist, pots burning, kids playing, block earning, shit spraying, took it on co-assignment, knocked it off of his 5th payment. Lord for Fred Fresh, leave your sofa bed stretch. How you told the bros no, went and told the feds yes. Like, just the way that he's like, and he's showing like, yo, you told the bros no, but then you snitched on us and you lied and you kind of told us, you were with us. And he's again addressing that loyalty and that fakeness that people be carrying with them, which was something so deep that I really just enjoyed in the way he presented this. The chorus comes in, bars like central booking, flea and con, now we cooking, nosy motherfucker, catch a leg wood just for looking, get into the mozzarella ricotta plus a lot of the cheddar, went from G's to the M's, bro, we running out the letters, we went from thousands to millions, homie, fuck out of here, burr, boom, boom, boom. And it's just giving you that energy to grind and really chase the money and make that dedication to succeed. It was great. Conway comes in. My doctor was mad that I wouldn't let him operate. I bounced back. I just make more money than my doctor make. Let's just be clear. Dude got shot in the face, and he's taking his hardest experience, that I would say, and he's changing it to be the most fucking biggest thing and making more money than the doctor who wanted to operate on him. And that's one of the bossest things that Conway has said on this project, and I really respect him for it. It really fucking stands out. Violate, and you get in a surgeon and a doctor date. Sound like a helicopter landing, all the noise my chopper make. Do, the iconic Griselda energy just flowing through this track. Ask if it's a problem, they won't answer me back. And it's just like, damn, bro, you're really just coming at it and giving me everything for it. Then we get another interlude and we get the 3rd verse. Again, still really connecting together and building up that whole thing. Gray spaceship, hop out, fake A6, told Flea you gon' be rich. My bitch looking like a young Santa laughing. Sitting ringside watching Tank Davis, Johnny Dang chain bracelet. Pussy homies mad cause I'm eating and they can't take it. Again, just kind of still following suit with what he's been saying. We was in the trenches selling China by the store, window watching in the trap, Mac 90 by the door. In Houston, riding down west in the car that costs more than what you sign for. Admire from afar, cause I'm a homie. Run up on me, I'm firing this rod. Like, it's still, again, the same type of energy, the same type of bars that we were getting, but there's just so much to what Conway brings to the table that I'm kind of just like, yo, bro, you really are a crazy storyteller, and your ability to just show the diversity in the beats and the selections and how you and Big Ghost LTE just matched together was absolutely great. This song got a 4.5 on 5. The overall project coming to an end here, wrapping it up, I gave this whole album a 4.37 on 5. That's just the math. I really did appreciate it. I was really excited for it. I was so happy. Just everything that we get from Griselda is outstandingly great. Nothing is ever bad. These guys are so talented. Conway the Machine is so talented, and the more that he works with Big Ghost LTD, I'm just loving everything that they make. It's just so great. The music production brings you to a different atmosphere, a different world. The lyrics are just so hard-hitting, and they're grimy as fuck, and it really does prove that these guys really live that gangster life that they live. So I appreciated this album. Definitely a 4.37 on 5. Definitely a really hard track. And just like Conway the Machine said, this is definitely another classic. I do wish this was on Spotify. Have to listen to it on YouTube. Hopefully it does pop out on Spotify so I can throw it into my morning listens or my morning routine. But if not, I will definitely hit it up on YouTube. And yeah, so thank you so much for chilling with me and staying with me for the end of this project. I greatly appreciate it. That was 9 tracks. Really, really enjoyed everything we got from here. I think that Griselda is taking over slowly but surely. They're just doing what they need to do and really just showing everybody the passion and the energy that they have for the rap game. And Conway the Machine is just taking over with just the energy and the bars and the wordplay. It's like these guys never stop. They're always finding new ways to just redefine the idea of like, this is the type of life we live in. And a part of me kind of also feels like they want to change it. Maybe they want better lives for these people. They may still do what they do because it's the life that they've always known, but it doesn't seem like they want to promote this for like everybody. This isn't like they're promoting this. This is more just like, look at what we had to go through, which I really did appreciate. Other than that, thank you so much for checking out and watching the video today. I hope you guys really enjoyed the review. I try my best to go in depth as possible and give you everything I wanted to give you and express just how I feel with everything. Again, it's really just straightforward, especially with Griselda and Conway the Machine and Big Ghost LTD. It's like you just sit there and you just listen and he just tells you what he has to say, and it's like there's nothing to really decrypt. It's just more how he says it and more how he explains it that really just resonates you as a listener. So that was fantastic. Again, the project got a 4.37 on 5. I want to say thank you so much to everybody that stuck with me this entire time, as well as the Patreons: Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Pato, Linda Williams, DJ Black Hurricane, Scribble, Carl J, Jonathan Barnes. I greatly appreciate everything you guys do for us, sticking by us day in, day out, supporting us, everything we do, being part of the Patreon community, allowing them to have a hand in what we do and say, and how we kind of move around in the different projects we might want to do and the different projects they want us to listen to. Definitely, if you guys want us to review anything, please hit us up, email us, talk to us on the comments. Try to also sign up to Patreon. There's more of a, I guess if you sign up to Patreon, we're more likely to do it quicker. But definitely, we're going to try to get to everything as we can. I'm going to try to do as much as I can. We still have more things coming for you guys in the new years and the new weeks, and just a lot is happening. And I kind of snapped out of this little mode that I was in, so now I'm back into let's grind, let's get it. So we got more things coming for you guys, and just thank you so much for chilling with me today. Have yourselves a wonderful quarantine, and I will see you on the next Headspace podcast. Peace.